a couple of song and dance men. I'm the song, I'm the dance. For miles and miles of the women and children pass out cold when my voice hits the air. Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? And my feet hit the ground, just a couple of song and dance men.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's hour is a sentimental look at the show business personality called the Song and Dance Man. Perhaps you've already guessed that by that little pasquinade that Tony and I just did.
Pasquinade means a brief musicalized scene of a slightly satirical nature, which is pretty fancy talk for a song and dance man, though.
Sorry?
Remember how Fred Allen described a song and dance man?
Oh, yes, quite well. Half gypsy and half suitcase. And that's the kind of fellow our show's about this evening.
The Bell Telephone Hour presents the Song and Dance Man. With Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra. Starring Janet Blair, Shani Wallis, Nancy Dussault, the Nicholas Brothers, special guest Anthony Newley, and your host, ladies and gentlemen, Donald O'Connor.
Thank you so much. You know, he was quite a fellow, the old-time song and dance man. If he wasn't a headline act, his life was mainly one-night stands and split weeks, musty little hotel rooms in dusty little towns, and he lived on applause and the dream of someday playing the Palace on Broadway. Now, in preparation for that great day, he trooped around the country and, well, gathering experience on stages like this, and it really wasn't a lonely life for the song and dance man. Very often he had a partner, and no matter how much they argued and bickered backstage, on stage they were a happy, give 'em all you've got, knock 'em dead team.
I say. Pardon me there, stranger, but my name is Brown.
How do you do?
Now, I've heard that you are leaving town.
Well, I was.
Now, I've done lots of traveling, and if I may boast, everybody's heard of me from coast to coast. Mention my name in Sheboygan. It's the greatest little town in the world.
Yes, I've been there.
I know the big shops in their city hall. They've even got my picture on the post office wall. So mention my name in Sheboygan.
Oh, that's delightful.
And if you ever get in a jam, just mention my name. I said mention my name, but please don't tell them where I am.
Never mention my name in Paducah. It's the greatest little town in the world.
You betcha.
I know a girl there you simply adore. She was Miss Paducah back in 1904. So mention my name in Paducah. And if you ever get in a mess,
Yes.
just mention my name. I said mention my name, but please don't give them my address.
Shall we? When you want 'em, you can't get 'em.
When you've got them, you don't want them. All the wise men try to dope it out, but it seems they're always left in doubt.
When you want 'em, then you pet 'em,
And then you get them,
and then you forget 'em.
At certain times you have too many, and then another time you haven't got any. But when you want them, you can't get them.
When you got 'em, you can't get 'em.
You're never satisfied at all. You're never satisfied at all.
It's the greatest little town in the world.
I told the mayor that he would go far. I even gave the sheriff an exploding cigar.
So mention my name in Tacoma. And if you ever get in a spatter, just mention my name.
He said mention his name,
But please don't tell him where we're at. Mention my name in
Paducah. Mention my name
in Sheboygan. Yeah, mention our name. But please don't tell them where we're
A long way from home.
Paper, please.
Yes, sir. Late edition.
What city you got here?
Yeah. Get your late edition here.
A city, any city, can be cold, lonely, when you're far from home. A long way from home. When you're away from those who need and love you, a long-distance call can dissolve your loneliness in minutes. Next time you're away, pick up the phone and call home. It's the next best thing to being there.
You know, nobody knows exactly when the first song and dance man did his act. Vaudeville itself goes way back to the 15th century in France. A little town called Vaudeville was famous for its funny songs. And pretty soon, vaudeville songs became known as vaudeville.
And with vaudeville came the song and dance men. Now, songs are songs, but there's much more to the song and dance man kind of dancing that meets the eye. Donald?
Tony?
Now, the dance of the song and dance man started with the clog about 100 years ago. Now, a clog is a shoe with a wooden sole and a heel. The kind that were worn by the factory workers of North England, Scotland and Wales. They made a sort of clacking sound when they walked on a hard surface. The folks up in Lancashire began to dance in these clogs eventually, like this. Times got better, and dancing became a little more elegant. From here and there, variations developed. From the Irish and Scottish reels, the Spanish zapateadas, and the German Schuhplattlers. Whee! And out of a little of this and a little of that came what was called buck dancing. You'd think that was entertaining enough, wouldn't you? But no, the song and dance men of the early 1900s wanted more flash in their acts. So, to the fast forward movement called the buck, they added a fast sidewise movement called the wing. Result, the buck and wing. But sound was important too.
I just made it.
And some ingenious song and dance man got the idea of adding little metal plates to the soles and heels of his shoes, called taps. And what else could you call that but tap dancing?
I thought I was finished.
Well, that's the way it goes. And before you could say Jack Robinson, song and dance men hated to leave well enough alone. They're always looking for novelties to add to their act. So, away went the hard-soled buck and wing shoes, and on came dancing shoes that had soft soles. And now the dancing became more relaxed and smooth, and you could barely hear a sound, because this was the dance they called the soft shoe. But song and dance men were still not satisfied when it came to their dancing. First, they made a loud sound, then a bright tapping sound. Then when they finally got the no sound, they decided they wanted a little sound. Now, how do you get an interesting little sound? Simple. You do a soft shoe dance on a floor sprinkled with sand, and you call it the sand dance. There's a bit of philosophy here. In the sand dance of life, there's them what dances, and there's them what sweeps up afterwards. Now, times have changes. So much for deep thoughts. By now we're in the 1930s and 40s, and the song and dance man brought refinements and real dancing art to his act. To the tap dance he added ballet, then a touch of jazz and interpretive dance, and imaginative dancers added jumps, spins, grace, and humor. Putting them all together in the hands, the feet of an artist, there became an exciting challenge between dancers to try to outdo each other. The challengers in this case are Donald O'Connor and the exciting Nicholas brothers, who very easily do steps that are absolutely impossible, as follows.
Thank you, Nicholas brothers, for making me work hard and showing me some new tricks. And thank you, Mr. Newley, for your wonderful job of sweeping up. You know, it occurs to me that we've given the impression that the song and dance man is strictly an American type. Well, far from it. For every vaudeville house that we have here, jolly old England has its own counterpart called the music hall. In every town and every province, the old English song and dance men appeared by the hundreds, all hoping someday to play the top English music hall of them all, the Palladium. That was in London, of course, right down Midtown section. You know, and some of the English song and dance men were the brash and the breezy types, and some were elegant and natty. But the one that charmed most of the people most of the time was the shabby little chap, the jaunty little fellow without a shilling in his pocket, whose act kidded the swells and the toffs and the high and the mighty of English society, the way that Mr. Newley does it for you now.
Let's go the dance man.
Have a banana.
Let's go the dance man.
Have a banana.
I'll be leader, you can march behind.
Follow me and see what we can find.
Let's go the dance man.
Have a banana.
Oh, what a happy land.
Will you have that banana?
That's the place for fun and noise.
All amongst the girls' boys. So let's
go the dance man.
have a banana. Hello!
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 Who's your lady friend? Who's the little girlie by your side? I've seen you with a girl or two. Oh, I'm surprised at you. Hello! 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 What's your little game? Don't you think your ways you ought to mend? That wasn't the girl I saw you with a prize on. Who's your lady friend?
Goodbye, little yellow bird. I'd gladly mate with you. I love you, little yellow bird, but I love my freedom too. Let the north wind blow with its ice and snow, but I'd rather brave the cold on a leafless tree than a prisoner bee in a cage of gold. Little yellow bird, I'd gladly mate with you. Little yellow bird, but I love my freedom too. Let the north wind blow with its ice and snow, but I'd rather brave the cold on a leafless tree than a prisoner bee in a cage of gold.
Today I've been busy removing, and I'm all of a fidgety fidge. My last digs were on the embankment, the third seat from Waterloo Bridge. But the cooking and, the attendance didn't happen to suit me so well. So I ordered my man to pack up and look for another hotel. He did, and the new one is extra, I vow. Just listen, I'll tell you where I'm staying now. Oh, I live in Trafalgar Square with 4 lions to guard me, fountains and statues all over the place, and the metropole staring me right in the face. I'll own it's a trifle drafty, but I looks at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's quite good enough for me. Now, the beds ain't as soft as they might be, and the temperature's never too high. And it's nice to see swells who are passing look on you with envious eye. And then, when you wake in the morning, just fancy how nice it must be to have a good walk for your breakfast, and the same for your dinner and tea. But there's many a swell up in Park Lane tonight who'd be glad if he only had my appetite. He lives in Trafalgar Square, and I looks at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's quite a good enough for me. Fancy seeing Mother with her legs all bare,
Paddling in the fountain in Trafalgar Square.
splashing up and down in the fountain. It would make a policeman proud.
You can do a lot of things by the seaside that you can't do in town. You can do a lot of things by the seaside that you can't do in town. Right in the summertime is oh such sport.
Watching all the ladies on the tennis court, flashing all about in the ocean. It would make a clown go mad.
You can do a lot of things by the seaside that you can't do in town. You can do a lot of things by the seaside that you can't do in town.
Yes, you can.
Do a lot of things by the seaside that you can't do in town.
Now, how will that look, Mrs. Rogers?
That'll be fine.
What's this mean?
What's what mean, Sonny?
Western Electric.
Western Electric? Well, they're the people who make the phones for the telephone company. Western's part of the Bell system, just like the telephone company that I work for. Only we're the part that gives you service, and Western Electric is the manufacturing and supply part.
You ever see him make phones?
Yes, I have, and it sure was interesting. They've got it all down to a science. I wish you could see how many parts there are to a telephone. But they all get together because so many people do a part of the job and do it so well. Then there are the people who do nothing but check and double check to make sure that every part of the phone is just right. And they've got a lot of specialists and engineers who are always working to find new and better ways of improving telephone equipment to help keep the cost of Bell telephone service as low as they can. Of course, Western Electric makes a lot of other equipment besides telephones. Little things like transistors, to big things like central office equipment, and equipment for those great big microwave towers you see against the sky. They've got to keep thousands of different items in stock all the time because they never know when or where they're going to be needed. Now, do you know what Western Electric is?
I sure do. Western Electric is a very important part of every Bell telephone.
Donald, it was quite decent of you to remind our audience that England has song and dance men. But we must also credit the British Empire with something even more important. One of the great inventions of all time.
Well, I can't imagine what invention you mean, old boy.
The chorus girl. It was 1900. A man named Leslie Stewart wrote what was the first musical comedy ever, called Florodora. And in a moment of sheer inspiration, he took 6 beautiful girls, put them into 6 beautiful costumes, and lined them up on stage together as the Florodora Sextet.
Yes. I suggest a moment of silent tribute to that great man of genius.
Better still, Donald, I suggest a moment of Tell Me, Pretty Maiden.
Tell me, pretty maiden, are there any more at home like you?
There are a few, kind sir, but simple girls and proper too.
Then tell me, pretty maiden, what these very simple girlies do?
I swear their manners are perfection and the opposite of mine. might as well be you.
Florodora gave the musical stage more than a new look and a new style. It helped create a new kind of singing personality.
Yes, the leading lady. Ladies like Nora Bayes, Anna Held, and Lillian Russell. She had beauty.
And charm.
And with just a tiny, naughty twinkle in her eye.
We were sailing along on Moonlight Bay. We could hear the voices ringing. They seemed to say, you have stolen my heart. Now don't go away. And we sang love's old sweet song on Moonlight Bay. On Moonlight Bay. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. I've got a little cat, and I'm very fond of that. But I'd rather have a bow wow wow. We used to have two little dogs, such pretty little dears. But Daddy sold them 'cause they used to bite each other's ears. I cried all day, I cried all night. Papa sent me to bed. When Ma came home and dried my eyes, I cried again and said, Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. I've got a little cat, and I'm very fond of that. But I'd rather have a bow wow. Charlie, my boy, oh, Charlie, my boy, you thrill me and chill me with shivers of joy. You've got a kind of sort of bit of a way that makes me, takes me, tells me, what can I say? And when you dance, I see in your glance all pages and ages of love and romance. They tell me Romeo is some lover too, but boy, he should have taken lessons from you. You seem to start when others get through. Oh, Charlie, my Charlie's the best one of all. Oh, 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 Charlie, my boy.
You know, these names up here are some of the folks that you might remember, you know, song and dance men that you saw in your own hometown vaudeville houses, you know, or in the big time.
In case that word big time doesn't exactly give you any pointers to the future, perhaps it doesn't ring a bell at all. Well, in the days of vaudeville, the song and dance man's success was measured by the amount of time he played each year, 20 weeks or 30 weeks or more. And where he played was even more important. The small houses were small time, And the big houses in the big cities, the big time.
That's right. And these were some of the biggest song and dance men. And these were some of their songs.
All right.
Ready?
Always leave them laughing when you say goodbye. Never linger long about, or else you'll wear your welcome out. When you meet a fellow with a tear, him die. You can leave him laughing if you try. When he tells his troubles, interrupt him with a joke. Tell him one he's never heard, and he'll declare that it's a bird.
Oh, did I tell you about my dog?
Your dog, sir? No.
Well, I had to shoot him.
Was he mad?
Well, he wasn't exactly pleased.
When he's feeling good, you know, that's the time to let it go. Always leave him laughing when you say goodbye.
She's the daughter of Rosie O'Grady, a sweet little old-fashioned girl. She isn't crazy for diamond rings, silkins and satins and fancy things. She's just a sweet little lady, and when you meet her, you'll see. Oh, I'm glad I caught her, the daughter of Rosie O'Grady. The daughter of Rosie O'Grady.
I've had a mighty busy day. I've had to pack my things away. Now I'm going to give the landlord back his key, the very key that opened up my dreary flat, where many weary nights I sat, thinking of the folks down home who think of me. You can bet you'll find me singing happily when the midnight choo-choo leaves for Alabama. I'll be right there. I've got my fare. When I see that rusty-haired conductor man, I'll grab him by the collar and I'll holler, Alabama, Alabama. That's where you stop your train. That brings me back again. Down home where I'll remain, where my honey lamb. I will be right there with bells when I hear that conductor yell, all aboard, all aboard, all aboard for
I walk along the Bois Boulogne with an independent air. You can hear the girls declare, he must be a millionaire. You can hear them sigh and wish to die. You can see them wink the other eye at the man who broke the bank at Monte Carlo. I've just got here through Paris from the sunny southern shore. I to Monte Carlo went just to raise my winter's rent. Dame Fortune smiled upon me as she'd never done before. And I've now such lots of money, I'm a gent.
Yes, he now has so much money, he's a gent.
I stroll along the Bois Boulogne with an independent air. You can hear the girls declare, he must be a millionaire. You can hear them sigh and wish to die. You can see them wink the other eye. I'm the man who broke the bank at Monte Carlo.
There's a new kind of two-step coming around. Don't forget the honey, all of the money, certainly fine. New kind of two-step crocodile grand, new kind of two-step dangerous dance.
Gather your babe and glide from side to side.
Eva-doba-doba-doba,
Sing, babe,
Eva-doba-doba-doba,
swing, babe. Gather up the honey to the Michigan glide.
side to the side, dance to the bride. Eva-doba-doba-doba,
Go, babe,
Eva-doba-doba-doba.
oh, babe.
Please do my limits when you're ragged with me.
Even so, but the dope.
Rag me. Remember the night you said I love you. Remember you vowed by all the stars above you. Remember we found a lonely spot, and after I learned to care a lot, you promised that you'd forget me. But you forgot to remember. My cuties do at 222, coming through on a big choo-choo. He's been away for months, but I haven't cheated once. Stayed all night, didn't dance, wasn't taking any chance. Didn't flirt, and though it hurt, I just couldn't do my cutie dirt. My days were blue, my nights were black, but I just knew that he'd come back, 'cause I love him, and he loves me, and say, don't think there ain't no Santa Claus. I know darn well there is, because my cutie do at 222 today. And when I feel his lips on mine, I won't let go till 9:30. My cuties do at 222 today.
I'll be roaming in the gloaming of the moonlight night. I'll be roaming in the gloaming with my lassie by my side. When the sun has gone to rest, that's the time that we love best. Oh, it's lovely roaming in the gloaming. It's a merry, merry, long before the passion came, and there is something there that's so square. It's a grand old night.
When it gets too hot for comfort and you can't get ice cream cold, ain't no sin, take off the skin and dance around your bowl. When you're on the front dance floor, you play hot saxophone. Ain't no sin, take off the skin and dance around your bowl. Where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on Saturday night? On that island, it's wild day, and the
And where there are wild men, there must be wild women. So where
Friday, Robinson, yo-yo, with Friday on Saturday night.
Remember me to Harold Square. Tell off again on 42nd Street, and I will soon be there.
With California, to mingle with the old time song. If I return to old Brighton, and say that I'll be
Two phones can live almost as cheaply as one. Happily, too, especially for you. For instance, if your first phone is here, and you're there, a second phone takes the run out of running a home. In this kind of a house, an extension saves running from floor to floor. And in this kind, it saves running from end to end or all over the ranch. And the two phones that ring as one double your telephone convenience. The second one adds only pennies a day to your monthly bill. So make yourself happy by choosing a mate for your phone. They'll live almost as cheaply as one. To make this blissful economical match, call your Bell Telephone Business Office or ask your telephone man.
This is the floor of a stage. A simple thing, nothing more than long strips of hardwood.
Song and dance styles change. Costumes change. Times change. But not the floor of a stage.
No, a stage is a stage, be it in an old English music hall, a vaudeville house in St. Louis, a modern Las Vegas nightclub, a movie set, or a musical comedy theater on Broadway, or in London's West End.
This is the stage, where everything in a song and dance man's life started. A long time ago, not so long ago, and right now.
The bells are ringing for me and my gal. The birds are singing for me and my gal. Everybody's been going to a wedding they're going, and for weeks they've been sewing every Susie and Sal. They're congregating for me and my gal. The parson's waiting for me and my gal. And someday we're gonna build a little home for two,
or three,
or four, or more in love land for me and my gal.
Build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build a mountain. At least I hope I will. Gonna build a mountain. Gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, only know I'm gonna try. Gonna build a daydream from a little hope. Gonna push that daydream up a mountain slope. Gonna build a daydream, gonna see it through. Gonna build a mountain and a daydream, gonna make them both come true. When I've built that heaven, as I will someday, and the Lord sends Gabriel to take me away. Want a fine young son to take my place. I'll leave a son
in my heaven on earth with the Lord's good grace. Gonna build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build a mountain, at least I hope I will. Gonna build a daydream, gonna see it through. Gonna build a mountain in the daydream, gonna make a boat come true. I'm gonna try, Lord, I'm gonna try.
Life is just a bowl of cherries. It's so mysterious. Don't take it serious. You work, you slave, you worry so, but you can't take your dough when you go, go, go. So keep repeating it's the berries. The strongest oak must fall. Now the sweet things in life, to you it's just loans. How can you lose what you never owned? Life is just a bowl of cherries, so live and laugh at it all. Look at that face, just look at it. Look at that fabulous face of yours. I knew first look I took at it, this was the face that the world adores.
Look at those eyes, as wise and as deep as the sea. Would you be quiet? Look at that nose, it shows what a nose should be.
As for your smile, it's lyrical, tender and warm as a summer's day.
That face, it's just a miracle. How could I ever find words to say the way that it makes me happy? Whatever the time or place, and no wonder I shook when I first took a look at that face.
Look at that face, just look at it. Look at that funny old face of yours. I knew first look I took at it, you had a face like a kitchen doors.
Look at those eyes, as close as the closest of friends. Look at that nose, it ends where a big nose ends.
As for your smile, spectacular, one look would frighten the birds away. You've got a face like Dracula, but I mean that in the nicest way.
To say that there's no one like you would not even state the case. No wonder I shook when I first took a look at that face.
Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. Don't you know all the world wants to laugh? My dad said be an actor, my son, but be a comical one. They'll be standing in lines for those old honky-tonk monkey shines. Now you start off by pretending you're a dancer with grace. You wiggle till they're giggling all over the place, and then you get a great big custard pie in the face. Make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh, make 'em laugh. The Joker is me. There's always a Joker in the pack. There's always a cardboard clown. A poor painted fool falls on his back, and everyone laughs when he's down. There's always a funny man in the game, but he's only funny by mistake. but everyone laughs at him just the same. They don't see his painted heart break. They don't care as long as there is a jester, just a fool, as foolish as he can be. There's always a joker, that's a rule, and fate deals the hand, and I see the joker is me. The joker is me. The joker is me.
What kind of fool am I, who never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of man is this? An empty shell, a lonely cell in which an empty heart must dwell. What kind of clown am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away this mask of play and live my life? Why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I am. What kind of lips are these that lied with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love, that left me alone like this? What kind of eyes are these that could not see what could be seen by everybody else but me? What kind of clown am I? What do I know of life? Why can't I cast away this mask of play and live my life? Why can't I fall in love till I don't give a damn? And maybe then I'll know what kind of
so beautiful.
How do you feel?
Okay, feel pretty good.
Good.
You know, it's too bad the great old vaudeville song and dance days are gone. But if they ever come back and you want a partner, in the end, it's you and me, O'Connor and Newley.
I beg your pardon. It's Newley and O'Connor.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll argue about the building later, okay? But the most important thing is that the both of us in a song and dance act.
Together.
Yes, and we never break up the act.
Stand well back, I'm coming through. Nothing can stop me now.
Watch out, world. I'm warning you. Nothing can stop me now. Now I know that there is a promised land. I'm gonna find it and how. Hope is high, and I wanna cling to it.
Tie every string to it.
Give everything to it. I'll make all my dreams come true before my final vow. How I'll do it, who can say?
But I know I will someday.
Watch out, world, we're on our way. Nothing can stop us now. They're coming through. Nothing can stop us now. How we'll do it, who can say?
But I know we will someday.
Watch out, world, we're on our way. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us.
Just a couple of song and dance
Join us on January 30th when the Bell Telephone Hour presents the music of George Gershwin. With Polly Bergen, your hostess, starring John Raitt, Andre Previn, Susan Watson, John Davidson, and special guest Diane Carroll, with Donald Voorhees and the Bell Telephone Orchestra. Next week, Secretary of State Dean Rusk in Washington is interviewed by top newsmen in Europe via satellite live in a one-hour edition of Meet the Press. Now stay tuned to Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, next on most of these NBC stations. This is Mel Brandt reminding you that someone somewhere would enjoy hearing your voice by telephone tonight. A long-distance call is the next best thing to being there.